you must be thrilled with the finished product, and presumably, I get the feeling that if audiences like it, you're going to make more, because it ends just when the story we normally see begins.
Yeah, well, that's slightly embarrassing. I think the last few frames of the movie are really me and Ridley kneeling before the audience going, you know, please let us make a second, because we really like doing this. So it's a bit... But yeah, but that was our idea. When we first sat down and we talked about all the elements we'd like in the story, it was going to be a 7.5-hour movie. Yeah. So you've got two choices there. You can either truncate what the vision is, which is not going to be satisfying to a guy like Ridley, or you can find a natural break in the story and just tell as much of the story as you can, and that's what we did.
Did you always know that you, as an actor, that you would achieve this success? Or were you confident
Well, my dream was sort of like, you know, about music and about songwriting and stuff, and that's what I pursued from... You know, my first record came out in '81 when I was 16. You know, it came out on a 7-inch vinyl single, you know.
Was this kind of like Ross and Rock or something? What was it called? It was
yeah,
called...
some shit.
Yeah.
And it was terrible. And, in fact, pretty much every record I've ever made
is that you in Neighbours? Or, yeah, that's when you were a kid there.
They make a big deal of here, but I tell you what, I shot 3 episodes in Neighbours in, like, one afternoon. Yeah. I was doing theatre in Melbourne, and for that sort of day's work or whatever, I got twice as much money as for doing the 8 shows of theatre. You know, but, yeah, I was in and out in a blink. But when I did it, you know, I got to punch Craig McLachlan while Kylie Minogue was on my back trying to strangle me, and Jason Donovan was trying to break up the fight. So even at that stage, even though I was like a recognised theatre actor and I was a professional theatre actor, you know, I said, if nothing ever happens, that's one for the grandkids.
What are you doing next? What's after? I guess you finished promoting this, and then do you know what your next project is?
Right now, I've got... you know, the wife's releasing an album, you know, she's got all that work to do. I've got the kids to look after, you know, so I haven't actually decided when I'm going to go to work again.
But you're pretty hands-on with the kids, and, you know, that's the kind of the best period, when they're sort of 3 up until when they're about, I don't know, 42. They're the best years. But no, they're such lovely years, aren't they? I mean, that's just great. And you don't want to be working too much then, if you can help it.
No, you know, that's the thing, that they're both starting to get to that point where they're saying, look, you just work too much, you know, you're away too much. And you know, I was just away from them for a couple of days, and that's the vibe that they gave me. You know, the other day we were sitting around having a chat. It's just me and Charlie and Tennis, just the boys, you know, having a chat. So, Charlie, what do you want to do when you grow up, you know? And he goes, I think I've decided, because he's wanted to be a paleontologist, an author, you know, and he said, I think I've decided I'm going to be a chef. I was like, it sounds practical, you know? Yeah. I said, cool. Now, why? And he says, because that means I'm in charge of the food. Like, right, okay, cool. So I asked Tennyson, what do you want to be when you grow up, bub? And he says, a dog. I said, really? What kind of dog? He goes, a bad one, a bad dog. I want to be a bad dog.
Well, you know what? I found out what I can do after this. Hey, great to have you. Thank you so much for joining us again. Mate. It's always lovely to see you. Mr. Russell Crowe, ladies and gentlemen. Russell Crowe, good to see you. Mr. Russell Crowe, ladies and gentlemen.